good and repeating on Easter Sunday. Won last year on Easter Sunday at the Valero Texas Open, and he wins this Easter Sunday at the RBC Heritage thanks to that bunker shot on the first playoff hole against Patrick Cantlay. His sand game on point in this final round. He had an eagle on 2 out of the sand. He had 2 eagles in this final round, and it catapults him to victory as he beats Patrick Cantlay in a playoff. Again, he won on Easter Sunday for the second year in a row. Guess what Easter Sunday is next year? The Masters. So, and that's a tournament that he's won before, a 3-time major champion, Jordan Spieth. It's his 13th PGA Tour victory, his 3rd career come-from-behind win. He trailed by 3 shots entering the final round, and he steals the spotlight there at Harbortown Golf Links from Patrick Cantlay on a playoff. What a final round. All right, let's welcome in CBS Sports HQ golf analyst Kyle Porter. And Kyle, what a final round for Jordan Spieth. Your reaction to what you saw there on that first playoff hole?
Well, it was super interesting, Hakeem, the whole day, even to get to the final playoff hole where Spieth gets in the house early at 13 under. And then it seemed like everybody just in sequence fell apart behind him. You had Eric Van Rooyen, you had Harold Varner, Shane Lowry kicked away a couple of shots with a double bogey on the par 3 there. And then Cantlay finally was the one to tie him and go to that playoff. And, Cantlay kind of got a bad break. He plugged in the bunker on 18, kind of in a similar spot to where Spieth was. And just he had no shot really out of that front bunker from where he was to where the pin was. Sent his shot from the bunker way past the pin and had a huge putt to try and tie Spieth with a par there. But Spieth was and you'll see that Cantlay attempt at par putt here. But Spieth was so intriguing this week. I think the thing that we always associate with Jordan Spieth is a great putter. And he said after his round, he was like, I won this tournament without a putter. And it's a little tongue-in-cheek, but it not completely. He lost 2.5 strokes to the field, was nearly last in this field, Hakeem, in putting throughout the week. It's really hard to win a golf tournament when you're nearly last in the field in putting. But that's how good he was from tee to green. That's how good the short game was. And you have to wonder if that putter starts to heat up as we head into the late spring and early summer here with 3 major championships coming up. What could Spieth be doing come the PGA Championship, where he's going for the Slam, and then the U.S. Open and Open Championship in July?
And you tweeted out the unlikeliness of Jordan Spieth winning. Describe how unlikely this was for your guy, Jordan Spieth.
Yeah, Data Golf had him at 0.8% when he was standing on the 18th tee box. He was 12 under. Which was a good score. He was up near the top of the lead, but he had so many guys coming in behind him. He started the final round T8, and you don't see a lot of guys finish as the clubhouse leader from that far back and hang on to the lead. But the wind picked up. His percentage started rising as guys started making bogeys, and I mentioned that Lowry double bogey. And then all of a sudden, with that final pairing of Lowry and Varner on the 17th hole, Spieth is 40% chance to win. He gets to 50% chance with obviously going to the playoff with Cantlay. And when you have a 50% chance to win in a playoff, it's that's where you want to be on a Sunday. The interesting part of Keem is he actually kicked away a stroke late on Saturday. He had an 18-inch putt on the 18th hole.
He did, yep.
On Saturday, and he missed it. He horseshoed it out. And I thought that was going to come back to bite him. We've seen that over and over again. We've seen that happen. But he ended up birdieing 18 on Sunday to kind of make up for it, get into the playoff, and go on and win the golf tournament.
Yeah, we showed that on Saturday. And at that point, you're thinking, man, what happens here if he loses by 1 shot? And you think sometimes that some of these shots don't matter, but they do. Like when you miss these 12-inch putts or whatever it is inside of a foot, and it comes back to haunt you. This time it didn't. And instead, it's Harbortown heroics for Jordan Spieth once again. And what is it about Easter Sunday here? Won last year on Easter Sunday at the Valero Texas Open, then wins the RBC Heritage on Easter Sunday.
It's unbelievable. There's plenty of jokes about Spieth, resurrecting his game on Easter Sunday. He didn't roll the rock on Easter Sunday like we've maybe seen in the past. That was a joke that was floating around out there. But, you brought it up. I think it's so fascinating, and it's a little arbitrary, right? Because We're just talking about a random date that Easter Sunday falls on, but he wins last year on the Easter Sunday before the week before the Masters. He wins this year on the Easter Sunday the week after the Masters. And you mentioned it, Easter Sunday is the week of the Masters in 2023. Obviously, that's a course where he's thrived at. I mean, if we only get Easter Sunday contention from Jordan Spieth, I guess that's great, because we're going to see plenty of Masters fall on Easter Sunday over the course of his career. But, you know, I'd love to see some consistency from him the rest of this year, especially as we head into that stretch with the PGA, with the U.S. Open at Brookline, and then the one that I'm really looking forward to, and actually the major that he's kind of dominated over the course of his career, even more than Augusta, which is the Open Championship at the Old Course, where he finished one shot out of a playoff back in 2015.
I want to get to Patrick Cantlay in a second, but there was a really cool moment before Jordan Spieth went into the clubhouse. And this just speaks to the kind of man that Jordan Spieth is. Because I think we get caught up a lot of times in the player and who these guys are and what they do on the course. But a really cool moment, he goes to all the kids and he says, hey, no matter what happens here, I'm going to come back out and sign for you. What does that say about Jordan Spieth?
Well, I thought he was going to them to ask for putting tips from inside of 4 feet, but it did turn out that he was going to tell them that he was going to come back and sign stuff later. This is not super surprising. I've been around him quite a bit out on tour, and you know, I think a lot of these young guys that are superstars, they're very amenable, especially to young fans that are around the game. They spend a lot of time signing autographs, talking, encouraging, kids to kind of jump into the game. And, you know, as a dad myself, that's super fun to see. And it's cool to kind of be around that and to make, you know, some 7-year-old, 9-year-old's day, their week, their month, from just stopping for 5 seconds to chat with them or to sign an autograph is both unsurprising and pretty cool.
Certainly means a lot, winning the hearts of the youngsters there on the PGA Tour, also winning the plaid jacket there at the RBC Heritage. As for Patrick Cantlay, so this is his second straight loss in a playoff. Take you back to February at the Phoenix Open. He lost to Scottie Scheffler in a playoff. Then he loses to Jordan Spieth in a playoff. What have you seen from Patrick Cantlay? He's in contention, the reigning FedEx Cup champ, but just hasn't been able to put it away these last 2 playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything disconcerting about that. You know, he won a lot last year when maybe he shouldn't have, right? Remember, he wins the Memorial when he's 6 down to Jon Rahm, who has to pull out of the tournament with a positive COVID test. So this stuff tends to kind of balance out over the years. He's in a run right now, Hakeem, at the beginning of the year. You mentioned at Phoenix, he was in contention. He played really well in January, February, and he just doesn't have any wins to show for it. We've seen a lot of guys actually like that this year. Jon Rahm played awesome in January, February, no wins to show for it. And, you know, Scottie Scheffler talked about this after the Masters. If you're putting yourself in contention enough times at these big time tournaments, whether it's majors or regular PGA Tour events, unless you're just, you know, known for kind of melting down or choking on Sunday, which Cantlay is not known for. He's won a lot of tournaments in the past. Then some of them are going to hit and some of them are not. And I think that's kind of just the run that Cantlay is on. Is that they're just not hitting like they did last year. So he's playing tremendous golf. I'm interested, you know, he really needs to prove it at the major championships. That's where his record has not been as great as you might think. So he's got a big stretch coming up again with PGA, U.S. Open, and Open Championship, where he needs to kind of get in the mix at some of those and not just these regular PGA Tour events like the RBC Heritage.
Yeah, won in a playoff at the Memorial and at the BMW last year, the reigning FedEx Cup champ. All right, time now for the Perfect Fit presented by Bonobos. Next stop on tour takes us to Louisiana for the Zurich Classic. Team event features an alternating round 4-ball and foursomes format. First and third rounds will be 4-ball. Second and final rounds will be foursomes. Kyle, which 2-man team might be a great fit at TPC Louisiana?
Well, I'm looking at a pair of top 5 players in the world, Victor Hovland and Colin Morikawa. You know, it's a little, I don't know if they should be allowed to be paired together. They're so good. They played actually against each other, Hakeem, on the last day of the Ryder Cup last year. And they shot, I believe it was a best ball 59. So that's going to be problematic if they're doing that in a Ryder Cup against each other. To you know, potentially do that with each other at a place like TPC Louisiana for the Zurich Classic. So that's the team I think everybody's focused on. They're the clear favorites to win this golf tournament. I don't know that you could put a team together, maybe like Justin Thomas and Jon Rahm, or Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy, something like that, that would be considered a favorite over them. But I'm really intrigued. I think everybody's really intrigued to see how well they play together next week at the Zurich.
Number 2 and number 4 in the world. This feels unfair.
It does.
I mean, goodness. All right, looking forward to that. But on this Easter Sunday, Jordan Spieth carding a victory in a playoff against Patrick Cantlay. What a victory it is for Jordan Spieth. Second year in a row winning on Easter Sunday. Kyle Porter, happy Easter Sunday to you and yours. And for more awesome golf content, join Rick Gehman, Kyle Porter, a cavalcade of stars on the First Cut podcast. They'll recap the RBC Heritage. You'll also get tournament previews, including DFS picks and analysis and round-by-round reaction to each PGA Tour event. The First Cut podcast. Download and subscribe today.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.